What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. VP Tactical here, and today we are talking about the Tactical Pontoon Peacemaker Tune-Up Kit made specifically for the Micro Dagger. Certainly appreciate all the love and support, and if you want to support my channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you don't miss when new content drops. We still got more videos and things coming along, so I certainly appreciate, again, all the support. So today, again, like I said, we're going to talk about this trigger, and really I'm going to kind of run through it as far as some of the features, what you get, and the price point, as well as a quick comparison between the factory Micro Dagger trigger and this Tactical Pontoon. And so with this particular kit, you can find them for right around about 120 bucks, and that's without the connector. Apparently they include or have an option to include a polished and tuned G43X connector, which was not something that was offered when I purchased this, at least at the time. And so what you get in the kit, to talk a little bit about that, you're going to get the brand new trigger shoe, you're going to get an overpowered trigger spring, you also get a little bottle of lube. This is called Badger Snot, so this is stuff that Tactical Pontoon uses, and it seems pretty good. You also receive a reduced weight duty rated striker spring, along with a reduced weight safety plunger spring. And then, like I said, you have the option of purchasing the optional polished and tuned G43X connector. If you go that route, it's going to be roughly another 30 bucks on the kit, give or take, right? At least what I saw on the website recently. And so with this kit, what's the major advantages of it? Well, you know, it does come in an assortment of colors, so you can match this trigger to your particular gun scheme. And there are other drop-in setups available. This is more of their budget-oriented model, if you will. If you wanted a drop-in setup, which will work for a myriad of different Glock models, particularly, like I said, the 43X and some of those others, as well as the Micro Daggers, those are going to be just under 200 bucks. This particular setup, you do have to do a little bit more work and a little bit more involved as opposed to just dropping the whole kit in. Because again, you are changing some of those springs and also the trigger shoe, etc. So, but I do have a full-length video here that shows the full installation. So if you wanted to see it, I'll leave it up here just shortly. And so that being said, you know, talking a little bit about the trigger, you know, the main advantages with the, well, over the stock Micro Dagger triggers, that this is a two-piece, so again, it's kind of mirroring more, in my opinion, that Smith & Wesson style, which it's okay. It's not bad. It's not the worst trigger I've ever felt, but it's okay. I'm just not personally a fan of the split two-piece trigger, and that's just my personal preference. All right, let's take this mag out. Obviously, we're clear, and that's why I double-checked it. It's decent. Slightly mushy, decent reset, it's audible, but when you compare that to the Peacemaker kit, relatively short take up, walls right there, crisp clean break, resets solid too, audible, and then boom, you're back on it. And so the major advantage of this, obviously, it's a straight trigger versus a flat trigger. Now, it does have that little safety piece in the middle. Some people don't like that. I personally was not overly fond of them in general, at least the Glock ones. I don't know. I don't like that piece poking out. This one's actually pretty smooth, and it goes in relatively easy once you've got some decent pressure on it. And so one of the major advantages of this, aside from keeping everything crisp clean, and you're reducing the weight down of the trigger pull itself. So that's something that I wanted to test here today. And so we're going to go ahead and pull out our Lyman tester here. So we're going to go ahead and get this straight on as possibly as we can. It's right around about 4 pounds. Pretty solid. I'm going to clear it out again. Let's do it one more time. Get this in place and see what we get on this trigger pull. 3 pounds, 13.8 ounces. Not too shabby. All right, so let's compare this to the, I know this is a C one, but same trigger. Let's clear this out. And we're gonna get this on the factory Micro Dagger trigger here. Try to get in the same location. And that's showing 4 pounds, 15.5 ounces. So we're gonna go ahead and do it again. £5 pounds, 6 ounces. Let's do it one more time. 5 pounds, 1.8 ounces. Okay, I think that's probably more indicative of what it's actually doing. So, at any rate, yeah. So, I mean, it does work. It gets the job done. So, I mean, for the price, like I said, it's very reasonable. I love the take-up on it. It is smooth, and you have very positive feedback on it. And like I said, once you get to that wall, you'll feel it. It's right there. And then, boom, crisp, clean break. Like I said, reset. Nice, audible, tactile. Back on it again. So, yeah, for the money, I think it's pretty reasonable. I know there's a lot of other manufacturers that are out there. This was the first one that I could find for the micro dagger that actually had a setup ready to go, or a tune-up kit available. It seems like some other manufacturers are starting to catch up now. Otherwise, with the micro dagger, so something to note is that they have a very different trigger bar in terms of the very back. There's like a little hook, versus the Glock does not. So if you were to try to swap in like an Apex or any of those others, you pretty much have to change the whole rear trigger assembly in order for it to match up with all of those other manufacturers, because with PSA, they're using a different block in the very back, which the trigger bar connects to. And so that's what makes a very big difference between Tactical Pontoon and some of the others that are out there. Does that mean that you couldn't buy one of those and swap them in? No, I mean, I've seen some other folks doing that, but for the money, like I said, I think Tactical Pontoon's got a pretty sweet setup. Like I said, 120 bucks for the system on its own, the tune-up kit anyway. And then again, if you wanted to add that little polish connector, you could do so. Bump you up to about 150 bucks. Otherwise, like I said, if you wanted a full drop in and you didn't necessarily want to go through changing the striker spring, the safety plunger, the connector, and all of that other stuff, you can buy his drop-in kit for just shy of 200 bucks. At least what I saw was right around about 195, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. But at any rate, hopefully you folks like this video. Hit that like and subscribe button, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. We're going to talk about my final review of the CYA holsters. And again, this is their top tier model. Just wanted to do some extensive testing on it before I actually put my thoughts out there. So at any rate, stay tuned and be safe and stay vigilant.